I'm going to use the lathe to demonstrate a technique of sealing solid glass rod to tubing. So the tubing, of course, is hollow. When you get them up to temperature and attach them, you blow into the tubing to kind of reform the shape of the tubing and help make the seal more uniform. Why use the lathe? At the beginning, you can rotate to preheat the glass, and then the lathe will hold the glass tube in position while you finish everything up. So it basically gives you a more stable way to do this. But you can do this exact same technique holding the tube in your hand and holding the rod in your other hand and using a bench burner, or mounting up the tube to a rack and doing it that way. So this is just to demonstrate another technique, but again, using the lathe does have some advantages. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is, this is actually too long. And I'll fire cut it once I've reached that stage, but I don't want to do that right now. So let me get started. And I'm intentionally using a long piece of rod, but I'll be able to cut it down to size when I need to. So right now I'm just warming up the tube, and I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to stop, get my blow hose. Preheating everything. Come in, warm that up. So I want the tube, there we go, get a little hot, puff that back out. So I make my stick. A little bit too intense. Okay, so now I can do this. Give it a moment. There we go. And again, you can make little adjustments. And if I need to, again, I can come in, heat, puff. The goal is, of course, to have the interface between your glass tube and the rod as uniform as possible to prevent any stress. So now at this stage, I could heat the other side and put another piece of glass rod on here, or do whatever else I want to. So that's one of the advantages, again, of having it in the lathe. And something that usually happens when I do this by hand is the rod tends to end up at an angle that I don't intend. So by having the ability to rotate it 180 degrees where it's effectively pointing straight down, I can warm it up, and then gravity will actually help align it. Now at this stage, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to increase this. So I'm gonna, oh, don't need that. I'm gonna come in here. I'm actually just gonna remove the green glass. Or I should say I'm gonna cut it, not remove it. You can see it's starting to get soft. So this is just a fire cut. Yeah, they're more intense than it needs to be. Okay, and I'll put this aside. And now I'm going to heat this, essentially forming it into a gather to clean it up a little bit. So here, gravity is going to help me out. And it's going to pull the glass down. There we go. I can't obviously touch it by hand. But I can use the marver or other equipment to manipulate it. Don't need my lows. Don't know why that's still in my mouth. And there you go. So again, having the control of the lathe, where the position of the glass tube and its rotation are controlled by the lathe, allows me to manipulate the glass rod and the torch and go from there. And as I mentioned, once I've got my seal and I'm happy with it, I could come in and make another seal on the opposite side or do whatever else the project requires. So a solid to tubing seal is used for structural support in things like shlink lines and other apparatus. So even if you aren't doing this for a specific project, this is a good way to practice the technique, because again, of just how you've got it. Another nice thing of the lathe is by just taking it and letting it rotate, I get a really good view of the work at all the different angles, as it's going around. So if there was like some gross non-uniformity, I'd be able to see it and deal with it. But overall, again, as far as seals go, that is, for me personally, a very good job. Usually when I make like this kind of a seal, it might take me a little bit longer to clean it up. But this was, like I said, pretty straightforward. And as I mentioned again, you could go ahead and do other stuff at this point.